Everybody, it's Claire from Handmade at Hudson's, and this is what I'm going to show you how to make today. So this is a project that I saw on the amazing Stacey Marsh's Facebook or YouTube last year, and I made some of these Santa bags for my nieces. So every year I tend to give my nieces and nephews a hot chocolate pack to go into their Christmas Eve box, or just as a general Christmas present. So we have pound Christmas presents in our house, so this costs less than £1 without the dies and paper. Anyway, so what's inside this one this year is some mini marshmallows in a little packet, a Malteser's hot chocolate, some chocolate cake bar. I have got a Milky Bar and a Malteser reindeer. Now originally I had planned to put the hot chocolate and snowballs, but these snowballs are too big, so I ended up using the retired Curvy Keepsake die to make a snowman for snowballs. And the hot chocolate, so all these items come from Home Bargains. So the hot chocolate actually comes out of one of these packs, which has 2 packets of hot chocolate and the marshmallows in. So what I'll be doing is I'll be making the adults a different hot chocolate pack, and that's what I'll use the other hot chocolate packet for, because the girls and co don't really need 2 packets of hot chocolate. So they all go in there quite cutely, and this is such a cute little thing, I think. So I've got a number of these because I've got them for my nieces and nephews, and then I've got one for my niece Jessica, who can't have gluten. So I've got some hot chocolate and the marshmallows, and I'm going to work out what else I can put in there for you. It might end up being chocolate buttons. So normally when I show you how to make things like this, I try to make it quite generic so that you can use items that you have in your stash. However, today you will definitely need the all dressed up dies. So these are dies which have been around for a while, and it creates a bag, and I absolutely adore these. So what I have ended up doing is using this die to cut out white, this die to cut out 1 piece of basic black and 2 pieces of Poppy Parade, and then I have used this die to cut out 2 pieces of Poppy Parade. Now, because this die is so big, you will need a bigger die cutting machine than the Dinky. So I've been running it through my electronic Gemini Junior. I've used this the belt buckle and just used some Mirri that I had in my stash, and then I've used these 2 little buttons on black to cut some buttons out. So let me bring in my die cuts, which I have already done because I die cut a number at once so that it would be quicker. And here is my little die cut bag. So as I said before, I have got two of the big piece, a piece of black, a piece of basic white, and 2 of the strips. So I'm going to put these back in for now and just move these to one side. So the first thing that I am actually going to do is to take my bone folder and to fold these pieces of card. And I'm just going to sit down, I think. Whoa! Don't sit down on your mini cut, boss. Not a good plan. Okay. So, right. All you are going to do is to fold and burnish down the score lines which are created when you run your die through the die cutting machine. Now, the only thing I would say about this is that you can't really cut two at once for two reasons. One is if you cut two at once, it doesn't necessarily do the fold properly, or the interesting patterns on the side. And I'm just going to push that in a little bit, and then I'm just going to do the same with this one. Just going to fold and burnish the score lines. You don't want to push too hard because you don't want it to crack. Oh, and I missed the score line there. And again. So you just want to make sure that you are actually going up the score line. That's a bit better. And then this last one. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add some glue to this side piece here. And I'm using wet glue for wiggle room and also so that it'll stay together properly. So I have just added my Tombow glue to this fine detailed container, and I want to hold that down. I'm just going to try and get rid of my excess glue, but I will get my glue adhesive out in a minute. So I'm just going to hold this down. Sorry, I got really interrupted by the family, and I may have been attacked by the cat in the meantime. So I'm just going to remove this excess glue. So I'm just using an adhesive remover, which is one of my favourite items ever invented. And of course that could go at the back, it doesn't have to be the front. So what I'm actually going to do now is to take some of the bits and pieces in my bag. Let's take these all out. So I've got 2 buttons, a belt buckle, a belt, and a shirt front. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take my shirt front, and I've got my dotty tape pen. I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of paper so I don't get glue all over my paper. So I'm having one of those weeks this week where, as you can tell by the fact the cat has completely scratched me, that I am being a little random. So my executive dysfunction has been hilarious this week, although my partner doesn't think so. My other half thinks that he is going crazy because I have lost my phone, I've lost my car keys, I have lost my phone again, but I dropped it on the lane because it dropped off my, I hadn't realised it was on my lap when I got out of the car. So it's all gone a little bit wrong. So I'm just going to put that in about the middle. And then I am going to take my buttons and make sure that they are the right way up, and that should be fine. So one side will have a sort of embossed look to it. I just want to try and make sure they're as straight as possible. So there we go. And then this one here. And there we go. And then for the belt, I'm just going to make sure that it's the right way round, because they've got, I don't know whether you can see, but because it's got stitching on, I'm going to put it on the back here. Oh. And then I'm going to take my belt buckle and I am going to just pop that in and on. I just want to make it so that it'll move along, and I'm just lining that up so that it's a little bit over the edge and then as straight as it can be. And then I'm just going to add some more tape there, like so. So then all I'm going to do is to take my scissors, I'm just going to fold those in, take my scissors and cut from the back. So I'm just going to cut down there and then fold this and cut down there as well, and just make sure that it is not visible from the back. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to look and see where the belt is on this back piece. So it's about here. So I'm just going to add some more glue to here. It's about there. So just add that on. Oop, popped it. Let's see. It's a bit high. So it's about there. So let's stick that down. And then take the excess off again. So we've got a belt going around the back, but no other decoration on the back. And then the last thing we need to do, and I've actually added this to the wrong side, just make sure that the glue is, any excess glue is off, and we're just going to add some adhesive down this side, and to stop it spreading outwards you can do this. So I'm just going to push that down, and we're going to hold that. I'm just going to hold that in place just so that it grabs. And now we have our box, and I'm just going to push that outwards rather than inwards so that we've got a bit more space. And then for the bottom bit, I am simply just going to fold these in, fold this up, and then I am going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, wrap that in, and then press that down, and then take my bone folder and put that in, and then I'm going to take whatever I'm going to put in. So this one is going to be slightly different. So this is for my youngest, well, it's actually my great nephew. So we've got dairy buttons and we've got a slump. So it's up to his mum whether she gives it or not. And then all I'm going to do to finish this off is to add the braces. So I think I'm going to use Stampin' Seal again. So I'm going to add Stampin' Seal on this side. Just stick that on. I'm And then again, I'm just adding adhesive to the ends so that the stitching looks real. And then all I'm going to do is to bend this over, and then what we're going to try and do is make these as level as possible. So the easiest thing to use to do this is some wet glue. So then you've got some wiggle room. So let's hold that. But of course it'll take a while for it to set. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is to add a bit of adhesive there. I'm just going to try and make it so that these are the same height. That's about right. And then hold that down. Take this out of the way. And there you have a really quite simple box. And as I said, I made a number of these yesterday, and it was quite easy once you got into the routine of making them. But I just think they're really cute and perfect for little people for Christmas Eve boxes. Thank you very much for pressing play on the video today. If you've got any questions, please let me know. The items that I've used will be linked in below, the main item, and also available on my blog. I will take some pictures and put them on my blog. Of course, they don't have to be Father Christmas. You could also do them with elves, so you could do them with green. And there are lots of gorgeous examples on Pinterest of Christmas-esque items using these gorgeous dies. So thank you very much for pressing play. If you've got any questions, please let me know. I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel and also ring the bell so you're notified when I next post. Thank you. Bye.